Hi everyone, so welcome to The Quiet Knowing, a space where we discuss intuitive reflection, karmic insight and inner truth. Today we are going to be looking at the karmic mirror. So I'm not predicting, I'm not judging, I'm not pulling, I'm not doing a reading to predict your fate. This is looking at the karmic mirror and how the collective how that shows in the collective's reflection. Why can't I speak? I don't know. Yeah, so let's dive deep into karma. So what is karma? Karma's not a punishment, although it seems that way. It's an energy that has momentum and nowhere to go. That's exactly what it is, which is why you have cycles that will play and play and play and play until it's handled. It's just momentum with nowhere to go. And it's about facing the karmic mirror and reflecting so you can break this. Easier said than done. It does require you to really dive deep and do dark shadow work that a lot of people don't want to do. But it's not something bad that's coming to get you. It's literally, everything has to be balanced here, yeah? It's from light you have dark, dark you have light, yin to yang. And it's just how it has to be balanced. The scales of the energy will have to balance out. So it isn't so much that there's someone that's writing down everything bad you do. And then it's like, okay, you're going to get your punishment and this is how we're going to decide. No, it's the energy. And the scales of justice have to be balanced out. So that's why not everybody that does the same thing doesn't get the same karma, if you like. It's different for different people, bloodlines, and the wounds that you're carrying, the energy you're carrying, and your intentions behind things and how much work you've done. Okay. So yeah, it's formed in, like, karmic patterns are formed when it's not someone was failing. They're formed when someone who's in survival and they had no choice but to adapt in a certain way when they were younger, usually. And then it's carried through into adulthood and transitions in lots of different ways. A key factor I do think as well, which can help with karma and just in general life, is once you can shift the dynamic in your mind, which is, it's not all happening to you, yeah? Life isn't happening to you. That's what we naturally tend to think. Oh, it's actually coming outwards from you. So when there's something that gets brought into your life or whatever, it's coming from, you've got to learn to look in the karmic mirror. What am I projecting that's brought this, yeah? What can I learn from this? How's it coming from me, ready for me to clear so I don't have to continue this cycle? Because that's how the karmic patterns are. Like, it's the same cycle, isn't it? But it's the same cycle being repeated, but if you're not learning it, it then gets shown in different people, different dynamics, but the same karma, the same energy. Because why? Because karma is an energy that's just got momentum but nowhere to go, so it's going to keep looping back around and back around and back around until it's handled, right? So karmic patterns aren't just formed by behaviour, it is passed down through nervous systems as well. Yeah, it's, what wasn't safe to say or feel gets carried forward every time, yeah? Because you hold it in and you're carrying it, which is why you have the same patterns being repeated but just in different people, because you're still carrying it and it can't be brought outwards. The patterns don't always start with you. They're being started by someone else, but the universe is calling for you to end it with you, yeah? That's why everyone talks about shadow work, breaking the cycle, because it's usually in your bloodline, and you can see that. That shows up in different levels for different people. Like, if you look at the generations or families, bloodlines where you get children that were abused. Sorry, my dog come bounding in through the doors. Like, what the hell? Yeah, like, you get children being abused, sexually abused, right? but people not speaking up, people not, like, people having a knowing. This is horrific and I can't believe this happens, but it does. Like, the parents knowing why, because they were abused by that same parent, who's now the grandparent, and nobody speaks up. It's an energy that's being contained and held. There's no movement, so it's being held. So because there's no movement, it's being passed down, and it's all being allowed, and it's all being not spoken about, yeah, until finally someone breaks it, finally someone stands up, speaks out, and then there's the release. And one thing I will say about breaking karmic cycles, it's painful, and then it's hard, but you feel so much more peace after it. So awareness, kind of, the second you start putting awareness to it is the moment when the karma starts to loosen, yeah? Because the whole time you're not aware and you're just acting in that robotic state because there's no awareness being put on it. That's just it looping round. The second you put awareness to it, it begins to shift, it begins to loosen, and things begin to change. And then gradually, as it's worked through and released, you get change. And how to look in the karmic mirror, like, you have to be willing to reflect and have some, like, look at yourself and have some self-awareness, which people don't want to do, because everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people are running. Don't want to take account if you don't want to look at that. So I'm just going to numb and put it to the back. I'm going to numb with alcohol. That tends to be also a karmic cycle that runs through bloodlines, families and whatever, yeah? I'm going to numb with substances. Even, like, people miss this. Like, people will choose to numb via having sex with just, like, having one night stands, or always being in a relationship and moving around and not ever being committed, just chaos, yeah? That is a karmic cycle that needs to be broken. It's karma there. But it's about being able to look at yourself, like, what's going on with me? What did I learn early on about love, safety and worth? That's right there, start there. Because for me, who's someone who's done a lot of breaking karmic cycles, yeah, it has been a lot of work, and still continues to be a lot of work, of me facing that there was no safety for me as a child. There was no love present as a child, and I was taught very young that I'm not worthy, right? And that was all via the actions and everything that was happening in my household. And it took me a long time to get to a point to look at it and see how it was showing up in my, how was it showing up in my life in the past? I would binge drink every weekend. I would be constantly talking, the door was always open for, like, men, like, as in, I'd always be talking to, like, a few people. I'd be dating, I'd be seeing someone, and then I'd find someone I like, I'd throw myself at them, and then it would get phased out, whatever, done pretty quick, on to the next one, yeah? But I was just like, oh, I never really thought about it. I was like, yeah, whatever, like, I'm just doing my thing. It wasn't. I was carrying, I didn't feel worthy, but I really wanted love. But I was trying to find it in all the wrong places because I didn't feel worthy. And there's so much more to it, but I haven't got time in this video. But awareness is key. Start being aware of and taking time to look at how you love or how you're showing up for yourself in your life. Yeah, like, breaking karma is not, it's not confrontational. It's just about conscious interruption. It doesn't require you to force change hard. It requires you to be present with it, and then to look at it, to name it, to feel it instead of numb it, and then choosing a different response to it and allowing the discomfort. Those are the steps, I'd say. And what comes after it, it's not instant happiness and instant overjoy and instant change. It's relief, stillness, clarity and peace. It's not fireworks, it's just your nervous system relaxes when it's no longer stuck on a repeated lesson. So as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. This reading is a mirror, not a directive. Thank you for sitting in this space with me, and until next time, trust the quiet knowing.